So for this week's what question, we're going to talk about the pros and cons of traveling with
one of these guys.
with a kid.
One of the cons that makes it a little bit tough is time away from family and kids her age. Both our families live in the same area, so we do like to go back pretty often and visit with them. FaceTime has become our friend.
A lot of FaceTime.
Trying to get that interaction. And then just having like interaction with kids her age. We definitely have to go to parks and try to get her around kids. There are some at campgrounds, but it's just sometimes a little tricky to find those full-time families.
In long term, we definitely, if we're going to be doing this a while, we want to be able to find families with kids her age and that she can hang out with and do things with. And
I don't think it is anything that's been affecting her. She's actually a very social kid, and she's adapted really well to like meeting new kids and not being scared and just jumping in there and playing with anybody, really.
Yeah, it's not something we're super concerned about. And she's probably, if anything, maturing quickly because she meets a lot of adults and spends a lot of time with adults.
You just have to take advantage of opportunities and put yourself in opportunities for her to be able to play with other kids or, to stay connected with family. So it's not impossible, it just takes a little more effort.
And you've got to take the initiative. I mean, like the campground we're at now, I pulled in, I had my choice of, there's like 150 different campsites here that were probably available. I actually looked and saw a little girl around her age playing at a campsite. And so I checked with them, see if it's okay if we pulled in next to them. They're like, yeah, she loves us. So, you got to take the initiative sometimes and look for things like that. Or if you're at a playground, don't be afraid to go up and introduce yourself. And so that's different for us. That's not our personality,
but it's definitely made us like come out of our shell a little bit, and you have to get personal or you don't meet anybody on the road because it's not your familiar little cliques anymore. You have to like get out there and meet new people, and we've really enjoyed that, and we've seen Hensley doing that as well. So I think it's been good for her and for us.
I think when you're, especially with a young kid, a toddler, when you're at home and you try to travel, it's just insane the amount of stuff you have to pack up and the amount of chaos that it's really tough to travel with a kid anyways. But when you're on the road, it's a little bit different because you're living on the road. So that's a pro because she's got her bed with her, she's got her stuff with her. And I mean, yeah, we still have to get in the car and travel from place to place sometimes, but to me, it'd be way easier than rushing around. Vacation, when we lived in a house, just a lot of times wasn't vacation. When I got home for vacation, I was worn out. It took me time to recover, and it's different on the road, and it's different with a kid. I think we're still working on that balance, but you get to kind of take it easy with your kid and create those memories with your kid. And that's one of the reasons we're doing our videos too, especially when we're traveling from city to city. I mean, we want her to remember those memories as she gets older. And so another con, and this one's real.
Struggle is real.
Our child gets bored very easily. So when you're in an RV, especially if it rains a few days in a row, or if it's just cold outside, I mean, it can be tough. So we've had to try to get really creative with that to keep her, entertained. So we have to rotate out her toys. We're constantly looking for educational games on the iPad. And when you're at home and you've got tons of things for your kid to do, they can just kind of go and do their thing on their own. But when you're in the RV and there's not as much to do, it's mainly books and things that require you to be there with your child. We spend a lot of time hands-on with her, whereas I don't think we would have done that as much. And I'm not saying that's a negative, but that's something that to be aware of, I guess. But I mean, she's and this may be true with all toddlers. I know they all explore and are always learning, but she loves just walking around, finding sticks, doing things outside, and she gets tons of that with what we're doing.
She's our little nature lover. After breakfast, This kid is bringing me her rain boots. She is ready to go outside.
I guess a pro that comes out of all that is she gets a ton of mommy daddy time.
Oh yeah. Which is the whole reason that
It is.
that started this, was we wanted more time with her. We didn't want it just to be like we get to spend time on the weekends, you know, working all week and then just having a couple days on the weekend.
But getting to spend time together as a family has just been, it's been awesome.
It's just been such a bonding experience as a family, getting to spend so much time together. It's brought us closer, and we have to work as a team all the time.
I don't know, you learn how to handle stressful situations, because there's not much more stressful than traveling as a family. When you've got a screaming kid and you're figuring, you know, you're lost in a big city or whatever is going on. It's a challenge, but it's a great challenge that's over time has brought us closer together. So even though there's pros and cons when it comes to a kid, we feel like, which is why we're doing this, you know, the pros way outweigh the cons when it comes to traveling with a kid.
Even a toddler.
Even a toddler. Somebody's bored.
Can you say hi?
Say hi, camera.
It's just also really great getting to watch her learn. We just get to watch her grow every day.
And there's no way of knowing how life will change and what we throw in our way and what we're gonna, you know, we often get asked, what are you gonna do when she goes to school? We don't know. All we know is we really want to embrace where we're at now, and we love where she's at now. We love where we're at now, and that's what we want to enjoy.
Enjoy the moment.
Enjoy the moment.
Because it goes quickly.